Well, good morning, everyone. It's 10 o'clock. We will start today's PO Proposals Day of this fifth call of SMART. We will have first our Office Director, Patricia, who is going to make a short introduction to the event. And afterwards, we will start with the presentations. Patricia, the floor is yours.
Okay, thank you very much and welcome to everyone to this fifth Smart PO Proposals Day. I think we are more than 100 participants in this event from 14 countries. So everyone, welcome to everyone and thank you very much for joining us. Well, you know, SMART is the cluster within the Eureka network, which focus on advanced manufacturing technologies. The aim of this Proposals Day is to facilitate the submission of successful project proposals to this call. As I said, we are on the fifth call of this cluster. The agenda for this short event is going to be, we are going to have a short presentation on the SMART cluster for those who are not yet so familiar with this financial instrument. After that, we will have some pitches of projects which are looking for partners. We are going to have 6 pitches of R&D projects, and they will consist of 5 to 10 minutes project presentations from organizations which are coming from Finland, Ireland, Turkey, Spain, and Canada. As you know, we have a B2B tool which is open in order to facilitate B2B meetings within any organization who wants to establish a contact with other companies, research institutes, universities all over the world. The booking period for these B2B meetings is already open and will be available until November the 12th. So from now on, you can join this, well, you can go to the website and try to organize a meeting with any organization you may be interested in. So I invite you to check the website and publish your ideas or ask for any B2B meeting. So with this little introduction, I just want to open the event. And well, Aritz, he's going to make that short presentation on the SMART cluster. So Aritz, sorry, the floor is yours this time.
Hello, good morning, everyone. This is Aritz Arteche. I'm the program coordinator of SMART. Many of you already know me because we have exchanged a lot of emails and some of you don't know me yet, but if you get to work with SMART, I'm sure that we will have a good relationship. Today's agenda, as we already mentioned, is composed of 3 points. The first one is a short presentation on what is SMART and how the fifth call is going to work. Afterwards, we will have the pitching session with 6 pitches that we will have shared by some of our colleagues. And we will close the event giving some hints on how to proceed from now on, both for the B2B meetings and also for the preparation of the project outline that you will have to submit by January 2022. So I'm going to start explaining what is SMART. SMART is a cluster within Eureka, and as it's part of the Eureka ecosystem, it has projects that have 4 characteristics. They are projects that are market oriented. They are very close to market. They have to have innovative products, processes, or services. They are projects with a bottom-up approach. It's not something that comes from up, like in the European Commission. These projects are fostered by the industry, and the thematics are quite wide. And it's also very important to remark that they are projects in international collaboration. Within Eureka, we've got different programs. We've got the network projects, we've got the Eurostar projects, and we also have the cluster projects, the projects that we are going to talk about today. The clusters that are within Eureka at this time are these 5. We've got Celtic Nest that promotes projects in next generation communications, ITEA, which is centered in software and innovation, Eurogia about sustainable energy solution, the newly created Excess, which is a merge between the past Penta and Euripides, and they have projects in the range of electronic components and system and applications. And we are almost the youngest one, SMART, centered in advanced manufacturing. So if you, we are going to talk about projects related to advanced manufacturing. Which is our mission? Our mission is to boost the competitiveness, growth, and attractiveness of discrete manufacturing industries throughout the promotion of R&D&I in an open community of large industries, SMEs, RTOs, academia, and user organizations. So we are here to foster research and development throughout all the value chain, and internationally speaking, because we need projects that involve more than one country. Which countries are supporting this 5th call that we are promoting right now? They are 15 countries. You've got them there on the screen. These countries have committed to fund the projects that come from our cluster and that are finally labeled. We will issue the labels in June 2022. And if they consider those projects worthy of being funded, they will have money to support your projects. As we said, we are going to receive projects related to advanced manufacturing, and within advanced manufacturing, these are the 6 technical domains that you should address to, right? One of them is advanced manufacturing processes. We also have intelligent and adaptive manufacturing systems, digital, virtual, and efficient companies, person-machine collaboration, sustainable manufacturing, and customer-based manufacturing. So when you are submitting your projects to us, you will have to tell us which domain or domains you are targeting. Which are the eligibility criteria for the SMART projects? It's not only the SMART projects, it's all the cluster projects. It has to be a consortium comprised of at least 2 industrial companies from 2 Eureka participating countries. I showed you that we have 15 countries supporting our cluster. But you can also have projects with participants from other countries that were not shown in that slide. In that case, you can contact the national funding agency of that country and ask if they would be willing to support and fund a project with the scope that you have, and that way you could have more chances of having a consortium prepared. As we said in the beginning, they have to be projects that have to be innovative and market oriented. They also have to have a civil purpose, and with this we mean that projects with military purpose are not valid. And last but not least, the budget must be balanced among partners and countries. We don't have specific percentages for each country or partner, but you have to take into account that there has to be a minimum balance. That's why we always recommend to contact the national funding agencies while you are preparing your project ideas, so that you can ask them if the consortium that you are thinking about is well balanced for them or not. It depends on each country. How do we work in SMART? We work in a two-stage procedure. We've got a first stage that we call the project outline, and there we will ask you to send us a document about 15-20 pages, just giving us the idea of the project, telling us more or less what you are thinking about, how the consortium is going to be formed, and with that we will evaluate that project outline, both with technical experts and also with the national funding agencies, and we will come back to you giving you suggestions and recommendations to go on the second phase. So this first phase is not a go, no go phase. Most of the projects go on to the second phase. Only those projects that are out of the scope of SMART or don't meet any eligibility criteria, let's say, for example, that we are talking about a project with military purposes, those projects wouldn't be invited to the second phase. But if there's a minimum of things that are good, you can go on to the second phase. You will get many recommendations and suggestions, but you will be invited to go on the second phase, which is the full project proposal. And here you will have to write a proper project with all the explanation of the work that is going to be done, the work packages, who is going to be the leader in that package, how many hours are going to be put in each of the tasks, and so on. This fifth call will be scheduled this way. We already launched the call in September 2021. We will have the deadline for the POs to be received on the 24th of January 2022. After that, you will get the feedback in March 2022, and we will expect to receive your FPPs on the 3rd of May 2022. I didn't say it, but here after the FPP, we have another evaluation of the FPPs with the technical experts and the national funding agencies, and there we make the final decision, and we have projects that are labeled and some others aren't. I also want to comment that even though we have the process of 2 stages, the possibility of submitting directly to the FPP exists. But for that to be done, you have to talk to all the national funding agencies involved in your project and ask for their permission. let's say that you've got a project between Sweden and Turkey, and you didn't have time to send us the project outline by the 24th of January, but you think you've got a good project. You would have the possibility to send us the FPP directly on the 3rd of May if you get the permission of TÜBİTAK in Turkey and Vinnova in Sweden. Which are the typical smart projects? Which characteristics do they have? Well, we're talking about projects in the range of 4-6 million euros with 6 to 8 participants, with 2 to 4 countries, and the duration of the project is around 2 or 3 years. These are only mean figures, and we can have projects with a lower or higher budget, with more or less participants from more or less countries, and the duration is also variable. But think about having projects within this range, and if not, you can always contact us, and we can give you guidance, and we can tell you if we see that the project is good, and if the idea is well explained. So to finish with this part of the presentation, I want to give you some hints to prepare a successful smart project. Think always from an industrial market exploitation point of view. Remember that we need projects that are close to market. We are talking about projects with high TRLs. Explain your concept with soundness, clarity, and clear objectives. You also want to quantify the benefits with some KPIs that must be specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and timely. Consider all industrial participants, especially SMEs. It is really interesting to have SMEs in the projects. I said that we can have all the value chain included in the projects, but having SMEs is really a very important point for this project. As I said, also contact your national funding agencies to see if your idea fits within their national priorities, if the balance of the project is adequate for them, and so on. Also the TRL level, because there are some countries that have some specific issues with the TRLs. Well, we also would like to see some risk analysis, and as I said, take advantage of this brokerage event, of the work that we do in the office, because we always can help you in preparing your proposals. And that was all for the first part. Now we are going to the pitching session. This was going to be the order of the pitching session, but I see that the first speaker is not connected right now, so we will start with Elena first. We will go with Carlos afterwards. We will play a video of Anush from Canada, because you know that there's quite a big time difference between Spain and Canada, or Europe and Canada, and they sent us a video because they considered that it would be better. So Elena, no, sorry, before that. Do not worry about taking notes of the project presentations, because you have all of them available in our projects looking for partners section. You can access that section as you can see in our screen. And having said that, I will give the floor to Elena. I will stop sharing my screen. And good morning, Elena. The floor is yours.
Good morning, everybody. I will try to share screen now and stop video because of this, but here is me. Okay, hopefully you see the screen. So we're trying to fit, I need to, yes, to decrease, to fit our kind of fill the template provided by SMART. So first it should be introduction of place where we work. We work in VTT Technical Research Center of Finland, which is a research organization owned by Finnish state. And its task is to advance utilization and commercialization of research and technology in society and in transferred to the companies. So VTT has more than 2,000 employees, and part of our money comes from government for research, part from research projects like this Eureka or Horizon, and part from customers. And here we would like to introduce proposal flow, which is fail-safe motivational workspaces. And the problem is that the workforce is aging, and also the manufacturing is getting more complex, more complicated tasks. It needs faster introduction of new people to new tasks, continuous learning of people. And so we would, and generally it's one of the biggest industries worldwide, and it contributes to sustainability a lot. And it is estimated that 2/3 of observed technological accidents in the industry would be due to human errors, because human limitations are underestimated. So intelligent self-learning systems, which will be working collaboratively with humans, are very much needed, but they are very much new now. And adaptive systems and real-time communication between systems and human workers is needed to avoid problems and accidents. So vision of this project is to increase in efficiency of manufacturing industries by providing seamless collaboration between systems and people, and also to enhance labor supply and retention, so that we help people to sustain workability. For example, it can be due to aging, or because tasks are too boring and they don't like the tasks, they want to resign. And also environment which can be taught through work. And also we plan to develop personal assistive technologies and solutions to help people to make fewer errors and to faster learn doing new tasks, because technology is getting more flexible now. It is doing a lot of prototyping, and it is expected also that there will be customized production lines for different customers. So it should be really more agile and flexible. So we want to have this project to last 36 months, and we want to develop AI technologies for knowledge capture, anomaly detection, decision support, and so on, and also IoT solutions and analytical tools to understand what is going on the workshop floor. Also privacy preserving technologies, because if we help people, we somehow track them, so it needs to be privacy protection. And new assistive technologies, for example, augmented reality, virtual reality, extended reality. And also any other enablers for this problem which I described would be much welcome. Currently, we have partners from Finland, Belgium, Spain, and Turkey. And we would like to get more countries, because in this Eureka clusters, it's always nice to have more countries, and it's nice to collaborate with many countries. And so we search partners which are use case providers like manufacturing industry, also partners which provide self-controlled industrial automation solution, and intelligent equipment providers, security and privacy preservation solutions, also robotics and personal assistive solutions, and of course IoT systems and data integrators are always welcome. And contact info, we are now here together, myself, Elena Viljunait, and Johanna Kallio, which has also email like first name, last name. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, Elena. If you stop sharing your screen, we can go on with Carlos, who is coming from IMR, from Ireland, and he's going to pitch two project ideas, one about aerospace and the other one about workforce optimization. So, Carlos, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Aritz. I hope you are all seeing my presentation now in the screen. Okay, so as Aritz said, I will present two project ideas from Iris Manufacturing Research. The first one is aerospace inspection and sorting of parts. But first, let me introduce IMR a little bit. So we are a non-for-profit RTO in Ireland with two main centers in Dublin and in Mullingar in the center of Ireland. And our task is to help Irish manufacturing companies to innovate and to solve their problems with the latest technologies. We have 83 employees growing very quickly. 60 of us are researchers, and we have several departments, right? Data analytics and AI, where I am the senior technologist in that group. We also have the IIoT, energy efficiency, circular economy group, robotics and cobotics, and finally the software engineering group. So about this first project idea we have, the key objective here is to develop and automate inspection and sorting process for aerospace parts that have some commonalities between them that we need to inspect. So the first objective is to inspect those parts and compare some criteria, some specific criteria against the specifications. Those specifications can be engraving or the surface conditions or the presence or not of some features, and identifying the parts. And secondly, once the parts conform, we know it conforms to requirements, we need to sort them. And this sorting will be according to the part number and type of those. In aerospace, usually you have a left and a right, and we need to sort those part and on the left, right. And why we think this is important for companies? Well, to reduce amount of time. We have been in contact with many companies in Ireland in the aerospace sector where they spend a lot of time identifying individual parts and doing this visual inspection in the post-production. Also, this would help to reduce the errors during the assembly in the process. So what's the content we foresee here? First, clearly map the limits and the attributes of these aerospace parts. Second, to identify the challenges around the aerospace value stream that we need to address in the project. Third, since we are going to use AI vision, identify what potential systems and software solutions, if they exist, and if not, how to develop those. Four, identify potential sorting system solutions. And finally, we want to integrate all of these into a minimum viable product at the end of the project. So we want to be at a high TRL at the end. So the expected outcome, as I said before, an MVP, a minimum viable product, capable of identifying and sorting those aerospace parts. And the impacts will reduce manual operations throughout the value stream, improves quality of the products, and reduce the potential risk of errors in the final assembly. And we foresee a duration of 24 months. Currently, the partners is IMR as a coordinator and working mainly in data analytics and the automation space, with Takumi Precision Engineering, which is a company in Ireland. And we also have been in contact with some other companies, some in the UK. And what are we looking for? Well, here I mentioned experts on intelligence-based vision systems, but it would also be good to have in another country, another company with a similar problem, so we can see the value of the final solution in different companies. That's what we are looking for. Okay, moving to the second one. This second one is about the workforce optimization, or how to improve the performance of the teams, of the people, of the humans in manufacturing. So we all know Industry 4 has a strong focus on automation and AI. But we also know that this has important consequences for the human workers. Europe already recognized there is a need to make the jobs of humans working in the manufacturing sector more attractive, and also for a diverse population of workers. In particular, we have had a proof of concept here in Ireland, where we work with a multinational, where the problem was the operator allocation to workstations, because that allocation of operators to workstations needs to be tied to resource optimization and training, to skills, and to certification. So that would be the start of this project idea. In this proof of concept, we work mainly with worker skills and training gaps, so anticipate those and know how to balance those, and also with certification. But we also see the opportunity of using other KPIs that can make the human jobs more attractive, and second, that same first goal of making the jobs more attractive will have an impact on other KPIs like throughput or quality, and also circular economy. I will talk a little bit more. So what's the motivation? As I said, improve the overall performance, the well-being and motivation of manufacturing teams, because we believe that will have a clear impact on several KPIs. And I mentioned output, efficiency, rework levels, and scrap, which are in turn related to sustainability goals. So what's the content we foresee? First, to define what a versatile and motivated team looks like, also to address privacy concerns. Obviously here, whenever we are working with humans, the privacy is an important factor, obviously. Define the training time, understand the drivers, and look how to bring these learnings across the team, all the team, and to optimize the flexibility of the workforce by allocating resources to maintain the certifications of that workforce. So the outcome, we want our automated platform to first suggest the best operators allocation based on quality and output targets, and then this will be focused on maintaining a skill level and certification. Second, make visible where training gaps exist, and three, anticipate outliers or issues with the skills and allocation before the performance is impacted. So what impacts we foresee? First, increase the motivation and the performance level of the team, and that will have an impact on output in sustainability KPIs, such as rework levels and scrap. We are open here to listen for other ideas. What other KPIs would be impacted when we look in detail at the workforce allocation and optimization? So the schedule duration, we foresee 24 months, still open to discussion. Here, IMR will perform the data analytics and also the user experience, talking to the human workers. And we are open here in the partner search. As I said, this is still our own idea. So we know for sure we will need experts in workforce psychology, because humans are at the center of this idea, but also any other partner that can bring a clear expertise and ideas to make this proposal stronger. So thank you. These are my contact details. Happy to hear any question or comment from you. Thank you.
Thank you, Carlos. Great explanation, and we hope you get partners for your projects. Okay. And now we will go on with the Canadian pitch made by Anush Pursartip. He is from Convergent Manufacturing Technologies, and this pitch is going to talk about digitalization of composites for advanced air mobility. As I said, because of the time difference, our colleagues sent us a video that we are going to play right now. So there you go.
Hello, my name is Anush Prasartip, and I'm here to propose a smart advanced manufacturing proposal, which we are calling Dichotomy, the digitalization of composites for advanced air mobility. I'm the Director of Research at Convergent Manufacturing Technologies, based in Vancouver on the west coast of Canada. We consist of about 25 highly skilled and experienced staff with a number of PhDs on staff. And our products and services consist of digital tools for advanced composites processing. In support of these products and services, we have expertise and capability in material science, in advanced composites processing, computational mechanics, numerical simulation, data science, and machine learning. And we have significant experience in participating and coordinating multi-organizational collaborative R&D programs. The vision underlying the proposal is that we want to focus on transformative change in the advanced air mobility sector. This sector is seen to have potential exceeding $300 billion. There's numbers even higher than that floating around, with at least 28,000 electric vertical takeoff and landing aircraft entering service. Standing between this exciting vision and successful execution are many obstacles. The one we are focusing on in this proposal is the need to build aerospace products at near automotive rates. Let's remind ourselves that currently aerospace production is of the order of one airplane a day, one airplane every few days, whereas with advanced air mobility, we need to be looking at building a number of airplanes per day. This is particularly important when we take into consideration that most advanced air mobility vehicle concepts assume a significant use of carbon fiber structures. The reason for this is simple. They're lightweight. The fact that you can make them highly tailorable, make unitized structure, these are all features that are critical to the success of eVTOL aircraft. The motivation for the proposal is that despite this real promise of composites for advanced air mobility, the reality is at the moment, we don't have the workflows that are sufficiently fast or agile or reliable or cost effective to be able to do this, to be able to manufacture aerospace products at near automotive rates. This dichotomy, hence the name of our project, means that we need to focus on reducing that risk, and we propose to do so using digital tools, focusing on the fact that advanced air mobility has its own focus, its own structure size complexity and production rate needs that are sufficiently different from other aviation sectors. So what this project's going to do, it's going to demonstrate use cases of an integrated digital platform that will be developed directly applicable for representative advanced air mobility structures. We're going to focus on the manufacturing, design, and production of a complex diaphragm-formed geometry. And we're focusing on advanced forming, as that is a highly automatable, agile, applicable process for composites in advanced air mobility. We're going to look at the forming, at the curing, the machining, the inspection, and we're going to do it with a focus on advanced air mobility. So the outcome from this project is intended to be the digital tools, both hardware and software. So that includes manufacturing simulation software, in-process automation, sensing and control solutions, and NDI that are optimized and demonstrated to be ready for use in advanced air mobility, manufacturing, design, and production. Again, we're going to focus on complex diaphragm form geometries, looking at all the underlying steps in making that process successful. So coming out of this will be validated tools that can then be transitioned into use and production in this new vibrant sector. The impacts, we hope, believe, will be significant. By de-risking the manufacturing challenge, we enable the advanced air mobility sector. Material suppliers, manufacturing equipment and tooling suppliers, advanced air mobility structural designers and manufacturers, all will have access to this first set of integrated digital solutions. Therefore, in each one of those cases, enabling fast materials development, product development, certification, and then, of course, cost-effective rapid production. We've purposely chosen a very specific example to execute on because it's a highly relevant manufacturing process, but of course, it's also a guide to further development of digital tools beyond this first set. We see this project taking 36 months. In terms of partners, we already have confirmed 2 key Canadian partners within the National Research Council, the Aerospace Manufacturing Technology Center, the Advanced Machining Group, and the Composite Products Group are both participants in this proposal. And we're looking for partners from advanced air mobility eVTOL companies to companies specializing in in-process instrumentation, sensing, automation, NDI companies, and of course, other simulation companies. We have already taken steps to contact a number of companies directly, material suppliers, Dassault Systems as a product lifecycle management company, and DLR as a German research organization. We hope that this project excites you, and we invite you to contact me at my email address as shown on the screen here. Thank you very much.
That was the Canadian pitch. I hope you found it interesting. As I said in the beginning, we had 2 more other pitches from Said Aluminium Company from Turkey, and they were going to be pitched by Merve Özkan. We were talking to her this morning when we were doing the rehearsal, but afterwards it seems that she was facing some connection problems, and we won't be able to have her pitching her ideas right now. So we don't have any more pitches, and with that, I'm going to close the event, giving you some hints for today's B2B meetings, and how you can proceed from now on until you submit your project outline to us in January 2022. Remember, you've got the pitches that you have seen are available in our website in the projects looking for partners session. You can access there in the submit your proposal section. It is the last thing that you can see there. You've got the ones that we heard today, the ones that Merve was supposed to pitch, and some others that weren't able to make it today. Remember that at 12 o'clock today, Central European Time, you will be able to start having your B2B meetings. Today, the meetings are scheduled for 20 minutes. And we also give you the chance of having meetings throughout all the next week until the 12th of November. From tomorrow on, those meetings will have the duration of 1 hour. If you don't need that much time, you get disconnected earlier, and that's it. You can also ask for meetings during this period of time. You can do it as you see in the screen. You have to log on to your with your user to the platform, to B2Match platform, click on meetings. You find and you go to book meetings now, and you find the person that you are interested in talking to. And that was all from our side. I want to remark that we are here available to give you any support you may need in submitting your project outlines. We can also put you in contact with your national funding agencies, which is really important step when preparing your proposals. As I said, each country has its rules, and for a proposal to be worthy of getting the label eventually, you will have to meet all those rules. So it's always interesting to have a conversation with the national funding agencies of the countries involved in your project. With that, I'm going to close the event. Thank you for your attention. We will have this recording posted in our website shortly. Thank you.